Hello there, aficionados. Happy local fish store Saturday. After my video I got last night, I wasn't very happy with the quality of it. I decided to cheer myself up with some retail therapy, but fish nerd style. So I went to my usual local fish store. And then today, for my first time, I finally went to another local fish store that I've known about for probably five or 6 years, I think. I don't know, maybe not as long, but definitely known about it, for 5 years, 4 or 5 years. And I finally went to it for my first time today. It's really not that much further past my regular local fish store. Just always wanted to go, and I finally went today. And only thing is that I try to avoid downtown Richmond. I don't really like driving with that much traffic all the time. That's why I don't like certain other areas of the Richmond area, like Short Pump. Those of you that live in Richmond know about that. But anyways, so I finally went in today. I was the only customer in there. I was really shocked. They had some really good prices on certain fish that have started to pique my interest recently. And I finally found a fish that I've been looking for the past 2 or 3 months at a local Richmond fish store. They had it. Only problem is I don't have a tank ready for them yet, so I'm gonna have to be patient. In the words of my daughter, I'm gonna have to be patient like Cookie Monster for his cookie, and I'm gonna have to wait until I set up the appropriately sized and stocked tank for this fish. And I will actually put a clip of that fish, 30-second clip of that fish that I've been looking for, in my next video I post. Is the one I'll put it on. And that video will be the reveal video of that fish and the new fish that I got today. So anyways, this new to me local fish store that I've known about for 4 or 5 years and finally went to it today. It was definitely interesting. They had probably the biggest store, the only store in Richmond that I've seen. Hold on, let me back up there. They have the most shrimp and fancy Placo selection out of any Richmond local fish store I've seen. Last time I was in the hobby, the only Placo that was available was a common Placo, and that was like a 4-letter word. You just don't get Placos because they get too big. Just as I was getting out of it when I was getting married and moving and stuff, so I had to get out of the hobby because of just a lot of life changes. Bristlenose Placos were starting to come around. So since that time, the fancy Placo, what I consider all the L numbers, L144s, L fancy ones, let's see, what was one that I saw today? I saw a zebra Placo for my first time in a store. I saw an actual good selection of albino bristlenose Placos. I saw, I think they have a snowball Placo. Is that one? I think that was one that I saw. I don't know the L numbers on them, but I was really impressed to see that much of a selection of fancy Placos in our local Richmond store. Fancy Placos might possibly be starting to be added onto my fish wish list. fish list, onto my fish list. I don't have any driftwood yet to make sure that they have adequate feeding and hiding areas, and also to release tannins in the water, so I need to get them situated with that. So that might be a possibility. Also, their shrimp, they had until this trip to this local fish store, the only shrimp I've seen is, of course, ghost shrimp, which are, you know, feeder shrimp kind of. The occasional Amano shrimp, a few cherry shrimp, and a few red velvet shrimp, maybe like one Bloody Mary shrimp, I don't know. But so that's what I've seen so far. And let's see here, what else? But today finally expanded my horizons of the Richmond local fish store scene and their stock list and their selection. So that's really nice to see that. Let's see here. Oh, so on to the actual point of my video, only 6 minutes in. So I did end up getting one new guppy, because my thoughts are on that is that if you think that you have enough guppies, there's always room for one more. Always room for one more guppy, I think, especially a male, because as you all see in my other videos, I have that 20-gallon long. I'll put a link to that right here. That free 20-gallon long I got from an awesome student and an awesome family is currently housing fancy male guppies, and I call it the bachelor pad. It's also where I put the newly separated fancy guppy fry into to separate them from the females, so that they don't breed freely until I say that, hey, you have traits that I want. So the 20-gallon long. Oh, so like if there's a male that I don't really want anymore for breeding purposes, then I add him to my bachelor pad tank. In fact, the male that's in my current breeding tank in my classroom, that 10-gallon, the male with the 3 females, I'm going to add him to the bachelor pad. And then I'll possibly add this male that I just got today into that tank as well. So that's my plan. So make sure that you check out my next video that comes up after this one. It'll probably be uploaded within the next 24 hours. Yeah, it'll be in the next 24 hours. Where I reveal the new guppy that I got. It's nothing really that mind-blowing. It's not like Corey's most awesome, beautiful, amazing, cool guppies ever. It's not like those. It's not like a really nice red dragon mosaic Dumbo-eared guppy. But it's a new trait that I don't have, and it's a pretty coloration of a new trait that I don't have. And I would like to just set up, you know, breeding colonies, breeding strains of each trait that I like. Like, as you all have seen, my my Dumbo ear mosaic male guppy. Put a link to that video right here. Definitely want to breed him for sure, like no question. I want his genes, no question. I also kind of want a little bit of the genes of the jade head guppy that I just got last week. I posted a video of that last week, so I might post that here, maybe. Might not be there. And then I also am going to try and see if I can get the swordtail gene out of the newly discovered swordtail guppy that I discovered in my water change Wednesday from this past week. Would like to see if I can get that trait more pronounced and put a link to that video where I discovered that fish right here, if I have any room for any more of those links. And so yeah, the koi guppy, the Dumbo Ear mosaic guppy, which I know Michael's fish room really wants some of those. So Michael, if you're watching this at this point, if I can get some nice fry out of that Dumbo Ear mosaic male that I have, I will definitely be sending you some, like no question. Like for you to be my first practice of shipping fish. So if you can be patient, like Cookie Monster is for his cookies, then I'll definitely be sending you some of those Dumbo mosaic guppies, and I'll post a video of them whenever they're born. Isn't this counting your chickens before they hatch, or buying the cart before the horse? But I'll post a video of that whenever that happens, in probably the next 5 or 6 months, probably, although I'm pretty sure you're not going to be that patient. But you can pick from the fry that are in that video. So that's my plan right now. I'm putting it out there into YouTube world, so it's basically in writing. Let's see what else. Oh, so this new male guppy that I got today has a trait that I do like. It's a really pretty coloration of it, and yeah, I'm gonna breed that. So the one I got today, Dumbo Ear mosaic, the swordtail, and then obviously that female that I got last week. But I don't know what I'm gonna breed her with. I don't know what would be a cool trait to breed her with. Maybe the fish that I got today. I don't know. So, but anyway, stay tuned. Check out that video of this new fish that I got. It's riding shotgun right now. Be sure to stay tuned for that video. So turn on notifications so that you can be alerted when I do post that video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment with what kind of trait you think I picked up today. Did I pick up the trait of a blue-eyed guppy? Is that even a thing? Did I pick up a one with the trait of it's a left-handed guppy, actually. I'm a lefty, so I wanted to get a left-handed guppy. There, spoiler alert, I got a left-handed guppy. So stay tuned. Check it out. Keep it fishy, people.